What's going on, people? Welcome back to another video. Today we are talking 5 versus 5 Fallout, and we're talking about the main event, Wilder versus Zhang. Like, share, subscribe, comment your thoughts below. I can't believe that night. I still can't believe the fights, all of them. But Wilder versus Zhang as a main event, what a disappointment, man. What a terrible fight. And it's so hard to say that considering we got like quite a devastating knockout. It was disappointing to see Wilder go out like that, not just in terms of knockout, but in terms of how he fought. It was not a great fight. It did not really ignite the senses. Like, I know it was like the first one to land and it had that sense of, oh, if someone lands, but then straight away we can see like the technique of Wilder. As much as technique was never really great, it's gone so far downhill since working with Malik Scott. It shows how much Mark Breland brought to the team. The game plan was terrible. His technique has been worse. So I don't understand why. I don't get it. He looked the worst he's ever looked since being with Malik Scott. And when you watch the fight, like, he has his lead hand posted out the whole time. Like, he just doesn't want to let Zhang come in, but doesn't know what to do if he does come in, so just keeps that lead hand out and then just blindly throwing that right hand. Some of his reactions are just not the reactions of a boxer, the reactions of a normal person. I tell my clients, like, we have to try and get rid of like natural human reactions. Something comes towards your face, it's to go away. At one point, punches are coming and Wilder threw both hands away from his face to try and stop him. Yeah, man, he's just looking worse and worse, and it is time for him to retire. And it's a sad way for him to go out. The actual shot that Wilder got hurt with, when he was throwing his right hand at the same time, his right leg comes off the floor as he's throwing his hand. Yeah, man, the technique is really crazy. And obviously the power has worked for a while. He fell in love with his power. But is his power really that powerful? I know people might come for me and be like, what do you mean he's got 40-some knockouts? Yes, he can knock a man out. He's still got unusual power for his size. But in terms of as an elite heavyweight, we haven't proved it. So the record is still in question. We still don't know whether he's a fraud or whether Fury's record is in question, because Wilder 3 times in your record, and then you look at Wilder stepping up, and every time he stepped up he looks bad. It's not a good look right now for Wilder or Fury in my eyes. But also Zhang was not looking good in that fight. His movement was like, it was slow and plodding and just not pulling the trigger. And I know he got the knockout, so maybe I'm expecting too much, but I just feel like at 41 years old, if you can keep Zhang honest and keep him off of you past 6-7 rounds, you'll win the fight, you know. Or if you have enough power to actually hurt him, then I don't, you know what I mean, like, we don't really know what Zhang has. It was not a good fight. Like, for someone who outweighed Wilder by that much, I kept thinking, obviously I'm an armchair warrior by watching it, for Zhang just to go to the body more. Zhang hit Wilder to the body, I believe, in the second round, and it sent him flying with a jab to the body. Like, because he's so much bigger, just keep going to that body, wear him down. Wilder doesn't have the boxing IQ to, you know when you're going to switch it upstairs. Keep going to the body, wear him down, then go upstairs whenever you're ready. Because it was just a really not a great fight, very lackluster. I think Wilder needs to retire. And Zhang, I know he can go on and fight somebody, but I don't really know who. I know they were saying a possibility for an AJ fight, but I don't really want to see it. I think AJ sparks Zhang out, if I'm honest. You know, he's beaten before in the amateurs when AJ was not as good of a boxer. Now he's a better boxer and he has more power, and they're wearing 10-ounce gloves. I don't see Zhang winning. Sorry. Yeah, it also wasn't just a outpointing thing. He dropped Zhang in the Olympics. So yeah, I'm not fussed on seeing Zhang again, if I'm honest. But let's tie in another little quick thing about the other heavyweights on the card, Hrgovic and Dubois. Dubois pleasantly surprised me. I've always said that, like, I don't like Hrgovic. I don't really like his style. I don't really rate him. And I have a soft spot for Dubois, and my heart wanted Dubois to win, but my head didn't even say Hrgovic. For some stupid reason, I let other people influence me, and I thought, yeah, everyone says Hrgovic is the blah, 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 blah. But Yeah, Hrgović proved exactly what I thought. Very overrated fighter. He's had so many stories about sparring in the gym and heavyweight sparring, and Hrgović is the boogeyman. And I never saw it. I watched him fight and I was like, is this the guy? I don't really get it. But you know, you have all these, I don't know, these boxing experts and these like purists being like, no, this guy is the guy, trust me, his amateur record and blah de blah de blah. Mate, I don't rate him. I don't rate him, and this proved it. He looked good in the early rounds. He was pinging Dubois' head off with that right hand over the top. But Dubois just kind of found the way. You saw that there was a lot of mental strength there. He listened to his coaches very, very well. The double jab right hand driving Hrgović back, and Dubois being lighter on his feet. That was a big thing. Hrgovic's footwork was terrible, slow and plodding. And then after the third round, he just got absolutely exhausted and could not move his feet. Whereas Dubois was light on his toes. He was moving in and out, making sure that he was getting out the way of Hrgovic's right hands a few times. And also some of the right hands he took them flush and didn't really affect him. So there goes the thing about Hrgovic's power. And also when it comes to how cocky Hrgović was being, obviously fights have to be cocky, but it kind of bit him in his ass a little bit, you know. So it's a really interesting dynamic, this whole fight night. But yeah, next up for Dubois, I want to see him fight Parker or fight, let's see, Parker or possibly Caballero. Next up for Hrgović, I don't care. I really don't care. Like, I don't think he's that good, and I don't see him getting any better in the next fight. He's lucky that he got stopped on a cut, because I feel like he could have been put out, personally. I really think he could have been put out. If it was like maybe 2 rounds later, he would have been out. So yeah, big up to Dubois. I'm glad to be wrong on that one. Big up to, what do you call it again, Zhang. And yeah, I don't know about Wilder. I think he needs to retire. What did you think of the heavyweights on the 5 versus 5 card? Let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Peace.